They called themselves explorers. They claimed to bring civilization. But what they truly delivered was brutality, hidden behind contracts, guns, and religion. This isn't a story from ancient times. This is the story of how millions of Africans were enslaved, tortured, and exterminated during colonial rule under European empires that wanted land, wealth, and power, but never cared about the people. This is not just about chains, it's about policies, infrastructure, and systems designed to exploit. It's about bodies turned into machines and lives reduced to labor quotas. You might recall we already discussed how the British used divide and rule across Africa in Part 4. Originally, we planned to show the horrors of forced labor earlier, but we realized this needed its own dedicated spotlight. Because what happened in Congo, Angola, Kenya, and Namibia wasn't just colonialism, it was state-sponsored slavery and genocide, hidden behind the false narrative of empire building. Let's begin with what is often considered one of the most horrifying colonial regimes in human history, the Congo Free State, controlled not by the Belgian government, but by King Leopold II personally. Between 1885 and 1908, Leopold claimed he was bringing Christianity and commerce to Central Africa. But what he created was a private slave empire to extract rubber and ivory and terrorize anyone who resisted. Here's how it worked. Every village was given a monthly quota to collect wild rubber. If they failed to meet it, hostages were taken, wives, children, elders. If resistance continued, Belgian officers and African mercenaries would burn down the village and execute the men. To prove they weren't wasting bullets, soldiers had to bring back a severed hand for every bullet fired. This led to countless hands being chopped from the living, children, mothers, even babies. Testimony from missionaries like Alice Seeley Harris brought the truth to light. Her photographs showed mutilated children, grieving mothers holding the severed limbs of their babies, and villages destroyed. One report by a British consular officer stated, "No man who has seen the Congo can ever forget the cruelty. A reign of terror hangs over the land." The death toll? Conservative estimates put it at 10 million Africans dead, half the population. All for rubber tires, ivory ornaments, and colonial pride. Leopold's crimes were so monstrous that international outcry forced Belgium to take over the colony in 1908. But by then, the damage was already done. While Belgium's crimes in Congo were exposed, Britain and France developed more formalized systems of forced labor, ones that looked legal but were just as exploitative.